Good morning, students. In my last video, I had told you about history lesson 1. The name of the lesson was when, where and how. Today, I am going to start your history and its sources. History and its sources. The source means we get information from the objects which are found under the earth, and the books that had been written by different authors. The source may be divided into two types. One is archaeological sources, second is literary sources. About the archaeological sources. Archaeology means the study of past cultures and the period of history, examining by different objects which are buried under the earth and the monuments. Archaeologists, in the ancient time, archaeologists explored or excavated the different objects such as monuments, inscription, coins, paintings, and so on. One by one, I am going to describe it. At first, the monuments. Any building that has historical importance is considered to be monument. For example, Red Fort, Taj Mahal, Qutub Minar, Char Minar, Buland Darwaja, Jama Masjid, etc. These historical buildings give us a lot of information about the past. They tell us about the development of art and architecture. They tell us about the social and economic life of the people. After monument, your paintings. This is another source of information. They also tell us about the customs, about the food habits, about the dresses, about the jewelry, which jewelry they had on. After paintings, inscriptions. It is also source of material which we get information about the past. Information is handwritten record on the hard surfaces. For example, on copper plates, on gold plates, on silver plates, clay tablets, The study of inscription is called epigraphy. The study of inscription is called epigraphy. In the ancient time, the kings issue orders in the form of inscription so that the people could see, read and obey. Inscription also gave information about the kings, their expansion of empire, coronation of the king, etc. Now the coins. The study of coin is called numismatics. The study of coins is called numismatics. Coins also gave us valuable information about the kings, about the languages, about the dates. One coin was found of Samudragupta. Samudragupta played Veena. That coin shows that he was a lover of music. After coins, come on, manuscript. Manuscript is also handwritten records on palm leaves or bark of the trees named birch tree. That trees grow in the Himalaya region. Now come on here, literary sources. Literary sources may be divided into two types. Literary sources may be divided into two types. Number one is religious. Number one is religious. Literary sources. Second is secular. Literary sources. At first, the religious literary sources. This book deals with only about religion, such as the Ramayana, which was written by Maharishi Valmiki. Mahabharata. This book was written by Maharishi Vedvyas. Ramcharitmanas. This book was written by Tulsidas. Pitakaj. It is the book of Jainas, Buddhas, and the Angaj. It is the book of Jains. After that, the secular literature. In secular literature, at first the chronicles, CHRONICLES, chronicles. A chronicle means a record of the rules of the king and life at the court. Usually, in ancient times, king had chronicles in their court, and they had written what happened in the court and about the life of the king. For example, Rajtarangani. Rajtarangani book was written by Kalhan, and it is the history of the king of Kashmir. Second chronicle book is Tarikh-e-Firoz Shahi. Tarikh-e-Firoz Shahi. This book was written by Ziauddin Barni, and it is the history of the Sultan of Delhi. After that, autobiography. Autobiography. This book, in autobiography, I will give you example such as Tujuki Babar. This book was written by Babar himself. Tujuki Jahangir. This book was written by Jahangir. Now the biographies. Prithviraj Rasu. It was written by Chand Bardai. And in this book, this book was written about the Chauhan ruler Prithviraj Chauhan. Aine Akbari or the Akbarnama, it was written by Abul Fajr. Now the feature of medieval period. Feature of medieval period. Number one feature is medieval period gave the multicultural society. Second is it saw the development of Hinduism and Islam as the major religion. Third is many languages were spoken in this period. Fourth is India was known by different names. And the fifth is the caste system became more rigid. These are the features of the medieval period. That's all, my students.